Hey guys, Grimble here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Solo Leveling, Episode 7. So I quite enjoyed the last episode. It was really fun to see Jinwoo really stretch his stuff and show what he could do with these newfound abilities that he has. He was at first fighting a spider boss that was apparently a C rank, and although it gave him a little bit of a run for his money, in the end he was able to defeat it with his dagger that had the paralyzing effect as well as a little bit of a health drain, poison effect. Of course, much to Jinho's surprise as he watched him take down this C-ranked boss as a E-ranked hunter. Jinho also mentioned something about false rankers, which is kind of interesting to me. I think it would be cool to see what that means if there are actual false rankers, because he's not technically a false ranker. He, little does Jinho know, he's actually somebody that has the ability to level up and increase in skill. But apparently there are people that have such magical control that they're able to fake out the little mana crystal reading score that happens that tells them what rank they actually are. And some people can fake that and in turn fake their ranking to come out as much lower when they're actually much higher. Not sure why somebody would do that. It is interesting to hear that that's something that exists in this world. So I'm pretty curious to meet one if we ever get to meet one. And then, of course, after Jinwoo beat the spider, we have the group of guys that came in with them, all the other C ranks that came in with them, return to find that they are still alive and didn't get defeated by the boss, much to their surprise. Assuming that Jinho and his gear was the reason for their success, they asked Jinho to kill Jinwoo, and then he could maybe join them in the spoils instead of having to split it 8 ways with Jinwoo as well. But Jinho, the champ that he is, was prepared to defend Jinwoo to the death. And of course, Jinwoo comes out with his swagger and his speeches about the strong and the weak and how they should understand that they're going to die because they are weaker than him. Yeah, further proof that he's going down this really dark path. And it'll be interesting to see how that develops or continues to develop and how far does he actually go before realizing this is sort of taking over or corrupting him. He put it as, if the system is bent on using me, then I'll just have to use the system. It's sort of his justification for what he's doing. It will be interesting to see how that shifts or alters his perception of the world, of people, and if it ever changes. Does he realize that strength's not everything? Will he end up losing the people he cares about because he's acting differently or behaving in a different way and much more cocky and sort of looks down on people that he used to not look down on? But yeah, he ends up taking out all those guys, killing every single one of them except for Jinho, of course, who defended him. And Jinho and him walk out of the dungeon alive and have to awkwardly explain to, looks like somebody from the guild or whatever that takes record when things like this happen, sort of statements as to what happened, and they're awkwardly explaining that the newly recruited D rank who's never been in a raid before and the weakest E rank of all time were the only 2 survivors of this dungeon. So they had a little bit of explaining to do, but it seems like she bought it, and she actually attributed it as well to Jinho's armor. Of course, they both know better, so it will be interesting to see, since he didn't kill Jinho, how Jinho takes this going forward. Will he tell Jinho why he was able to do what he was able to do? Will he explain himself at all? Because he was not very forthcoming at the end of that episode. He didn't say anything to Jinho, really. He almost acted like it was no big deal. Like, it's weird. Jinho's being kind of scared or acting weird. Like, I don't... Why is he doing that? That's weird. It's like, dude, you can understand his concern. He just witnessed you kill 6 other guys without breaking a sweat, and you're supposed to be an E-ranked. And yeah, so it will be interesting to see how that gets resolved. Hopefully, in this episode or the next episode. I'm sure we'll see what Jinho does with this information. So with that being said, let's get into Solo Leveling Episode 7. If you guys are interested in signing up to my Patreon, you'll be able to take advantage of ad-free content, 3 to 4 weeks early access to all reactions, which for the middle tier and above can include the full-length watch-along reactions. Those that subscribe to the highest tier will also be supporting my game and animation studio, Little Grim Entertainment. You'll have access to a sneak peek look at all of our upcoming games and animated shows.
Sir, take a look at this. A C-rank dungeon raid consisting of 8 hunters, 6 of whom were killed in action. A D-rank and an E-rank are the only ones who made it out alive.
I imagine they fled. Happens all the time.
You would think, but they defeated the boss and cleared the dungeon before leaving.
What's the issue then? You're making a report here, not stating a problem.
Get to the point!
It's Jinyu Sung, sir.
He was the E-rank?
Uh-oh. Suspicious.
The infamous Dong Su Huang's older brother.
Infamous, huh?
You brought this to me.
Infamous.
I've been meaning to ask about how that thing went. Your raid. Clearly it paid well enough, but you didn't end up in the hospital this time, so your body was super strong, right? I bet you beat the bad guys easily.
I really did.
I mean, it's true.
When the time came, I didn't hesitate for a second. If anything, I resented them for thinking they were even close to my league.
Wow. Yeah.
Those weren't magic beasts, though. They were humans.
Yeah.
Jinyu?
What? A harmful substance? Detoxing?
Beer.
I'm not even buzzed.
Oh, wow.
The buff from the system must be killing the effects of the alcohol.
That's a nifty trick.
A blessing? Health and longevity. Disables toxic and abnormal conditions. Improved regenerative capacity.
Hey, sorry to bother you, but you've got a call from some guy named Jinho Yu.
Oh. He's reaching out to him again.
I know this is out of the blue, so thanks for meeting me.
I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
I'm glad, though. I'd be a dead man if it weren't for you, boss. I know you only did that in self-defense. It was either them or us.
At least he sees it that way.
I'd really like to put together a strike team and thought that
That's
you
a hard
would...
pass.
Just 20 raids! No, 19 more is all I ask!
Oddly specific. What, do you want to be a guild master?
Exactly, so hear me out, boss. I'm begging you.
Fine, go on.
I figure you know the steps to become a guild master since you caught on so quickly. But yes, I need at least 20 raids worth of experience to get my license, and I'm 19 away. I haven't done any more since the one we did.
So you don't have to be a certain rank to be a guild master. You can be a D like him.
You see, my father is in the process of forming a guild.
For a construction company?
Yeah, my dad wants to run the guild like a business, so he'll hire an S-rank hunter to be the leader, and then my brother will be the VP.
An S rank? There are 7 in the whole country.
Right.
Oh, it's that rare. Wow.
Wait, so he's gonna poach one of them?
Sure, but since my brother hasn't awakened, he's out of the running completely.
So you're gonna rack up enough experience to be qualified and change your father's mind.
Yes, that's the goal. You want to raid while hiding your power, don't you? And I want to raid with hunters who are lower ranked. If I can succeed with an E rank as opposed to an S, my dad would be much more convinced.
It's fair.
Take a look. That building was going to be the HQ for the guild. It's appraised for 30 billion and will keep going up.
Wow.
19 successful raids from now, it's all yours.
19 C rank raids for 30 billion. I'm the sole person who can level up, and that changes things.
He's got opportunity for sure.
I could even reach S rank, or maybe go beyond that.
Yeah, what's the limit, right?
30 billion is honestly chump change with that in mind. I'm sorry.
Boss, hang on! Work with me on this, and I swear to you, I'll take your secret to the grave!
As opposed to not? Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat.
Mr. Huang? Forgive the intrusion, but I have those documents.
Oh, is this that Jack guy?
My brother was murdered.
Oh, okay.
Laura, what are the consequences of killing someone abroad?
So he does suspect that he was murdered, which means he thinks it's either Jinho or Jinwoo.
If you do so in a country with an extradition treaty for all hunter-related crimes, you would have to stand trial there. But if they don't have such a treaty, you'd be sent home for prosecution.
Clear my schedule.
Sudden changes will disrupt the guild and business will grind to a halt, sir.
How far am I booked out?
For the immediate future.
Then it can wait. But pencil it in.
Of course, Mr. Wong.
Pencil in my murdering somebody.
D-rank hunter Jin Ho Yu. E-rank hunter Jinu Sung.
It's gonna kill both of
You
them?
bastards better stay alive till I
Oh.
have time to deal with you.
Hey, if we had 30 billion, what would you do with that?
Wow.
Where is this coming from?
Just curious.
A chunk would go to Mom's bills, and another for college. I don't know. It's too unrealistic.
Is it?
Don't try to keep up with me, okay?
What the heck, Gino?
Wow.
Jeez, even E-rank hunters are extra.
Yeah. Hold on, go back. 11 out of 10.
Oh,
So it tracks how much I run even after I hit the goal.
keeps going.
Let's see how far I can go.
Okay.
Alright, finally.
He's about to take off again.
Run a little more.
More?
Maxed out at 20 kilometers. Right, let's check the others.
Maxed out, huh?
The daily quest became a secret quest because I doubled all of the reps.
Oh. Nice.
Doing the blessed one, easy.
Cursed. I want the cursed loot box, please. That's really cool. Can people see the box? Or this key, for that matter? I wonder if people can see it. Does it just appear out of nowhere?
The demon's castle. S rank? What?
Yikes. At least it let him know ahead of time this time. This is an S rank.
There's a magical cure-all in there. The elixir of life.
Oh. Oh, for his mom. Interesting.
Seems too good to be true. But if this elixir really cures any illness, my mind's made up. I'm going.
Wow. I mean, he doesn't have to go right now. I mean, he's got the key. Can't he just go later?
This one's S rank. Whatever's in here will be on the same level as the Jeju Island dungeon break.
Wow.
The one even S rank hunters couldn't contain.
I mean, I guess he's got that thing that he can teleport out with now, right? Oh, that's an intimidating door.
Chance against threats of that level.
I don't know, man. You're stronger.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared. But the second it gets too intense,
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
I used the teleportation stone I saved from the instance dungeon.
Yeah, we just don't know what his strength is right now. Like, is he A? Is he S?
I won't give in to fear. I can get stronger that way.
It's a
Fight,
big monster.
take what's mine.
Hell's Gate. Oh, it's red. Uh-oh. Let's see what you're made of. He cut it. Good job.
I've hardly damaged it, and that's with the buff from my wolf assassin title.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's the one that decreases the stats.
No dice, huh?
Oh, it didn't let him do it, though. Oh. Wow. Is it just, like, resisting every effect he's throwing at it? Oh. 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 We're okay? We don't have an arm. We're not okay.
A warning. That attack sapped half of my health.
Can he get his arm back by leveling up? Oh my god.
It doubled its stats.
I'm stressed. It's not even a boss, is it?
Only one choice.
Recovery,
now!
Yep. Run. It looked like he grew his arm back. Holy shit. Ooh. I think it's time to use that stone, buddy. Yeah. Let's get out of there. Oh, yeah. Better hurry.
The warnings won't stop.
Yeah.
The system is doing everything it
Saying get the hell out of there.
Might be time to...
Yeah, man, get out of there. Get out. Oh, no. Ooh, that's not good. Not looking good.
And I'm done for. But there's gotta be a way.
You have another full recovery?
That's right. I have a store.
Oh, you can access a store now. Nice.
I'll take 3.
Is that gonna be enough, man?
One just heals 100 HP.
It doesn't look like you've done much damage to it.
Poison.
Huh? Whoa, easy on the beer, dude. It's poison in a can.
Not dying from beer, Tina.
Is he drinking poison? Is it because it's gonna get nullified like the beer? Is he activating the detox? Which, oh, it gave him a buff. I get it. Okay. Ah, hello. Oh, yeah.
Not yet.
Oh. Got his eye. Nice. Nice. Ooh, nice. All right. All right. You're about to get num-nummed. Oh. 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 Oh, in the eye. He's got a thing for eyes. The amount Alex has had to scream in this series is insane. Does the guy have any vocal cords left? That doesn't look good. Oh, but he's leveling up. Nice. Nice. Close call, buddy.
Let's see when it dropped. Should have figured. And love skis. Oh, what the?
An unknown item? Oh, a formula.
No way.
Ah. So he's got to collect stuff.
I know if I go in that castle, I'll die. I'll
Yeah.
get stronger and come back.
This is just a mob, like, right outside the castle. Alright, that was Solo Leveling, Episode 7. That was intense. It was good. It was fun. It was really cool to see that he still has limits. He still has his limitations. He's not quite there yet. This was an S-ranked dungeon, and he could barely survive against the guard of the castle that he was supposed to go in. So, not a very likely chance that he would have been able to go in there and do any kind of damage to any of the bosses, or even just the regular creatures or monsters or mobs in MMO terms that would be inside the castle, because he could hardly beat the monster that was guarding the outside. And that was an intense battle. It was really fun to see. It is a good gauge. It's a good gauge. Like he said, it's a good gauge of his powers, his abilities, and where his limitations are. And he realized, I'm not there yet. That was way too challenging. It reminded me a lot of the... there were similar creatures in the Legend of Zelda, the Tears of the Kingdom. These 3-headed things that would fly around, and you'd have to fight them. And the first time I remember seeing them and coming even close to them, you just get wrecked. Just like that. It's that feeling of like, wow, how could I ever face something like this? And then, of course, you get better gear, you get better weapons, and you get a lot more health and stamina, and you come back and you fight these things, and you're able to take them down. And by the end, I was just like, those things are nothing. You kind of get into a system, a routine. You know how to fight them, and you know what they're gonna do. You know how to anticipate their moves. And it feels like that's what he's doing. He's learning as he goes. He's assessing all these creatures and their weaknesses and their strengths. And he's utilizing all the tools that he has, that he's received from these daily quests. That's fun. I like the concept of the show. Even though it's not really an isekai, it basically is. It's the same concept. You're in sort of this video game world, and he's got these video game tools at his disposal and video game logic in terms of how to approach these battles and these fights with these monsters, and when to use potions and when to not. And then the other big reveal from this episode is this castle that he has this key for, this dungeon, has what's called an elixir of life. And according to this description, it can heal any ailment. And of course, his mother being deathly sick, that is a huge appeal to him. So he's sort of, at this point, made up his mind that, all right, I knew I was doing this for the right reasons. It sort of solidified that in his mind. He's like, I see the light at the end of this tunnel. I know now that I need to get stronger, continue what I'm doing, because there is something in this dungeon that could save my mother. And I need to get there, and I need to get that. And so it looked like he unlocked, after defeating the Cerberus, he unlocked a recipe, essentially, for this elixir. I guess he has to gather certain elements within, just like any other recipe in an MMO or any other video game. You have to gather different elements and combine them together to make the thing that you want. In his case, this elixir. So it seemed like there were 3 or 4 elements that he needed to gather in this castle, this dungeon, and who knows where they are, and who knows what's guarding them, more importantly. So he definitely feels like he needs to prepare for this. So that's his plan going forward, it seems like, is to do whatever he needs to do, get stronger, come back, and slowly work his way towards building this elixir. The other big thing that happened in this episode was Jinho was trying to recruit Jinwoo into his task force, basically. He's got this raid task force that he's trying to put together, so he wants to go and clear all these dungeons. I believe he said 20 specifically, because if he clears through 20 dungeons as the leader of these raids, he can apply to be a guildmaster, which is something he wants to do, I guess, to impress his father and take the place of his brother, who is not a hunter, I guess. He didn't awaken as a hunter. He has no powers as a hunter. So Jinho feels like it should be his responsibility to be this guild master that his father is looking for. Because his father wants to turn these dungeons into a business opportunity. So he feels like it's a great way to make money. All the cool loot and minerals and things that you find in this dungeon are very valuable, and he feels like there's a business to be had there, and like any good businessman, he's trying to think of the best way to extort that. And Jinho seems like he wants to please his father, so he's willing to do this just for that sake. Now, I don't know his father yet. We haven't met him yet. I don't know what kind of guy he is, but he does strike me so far, just based on the situation and what he's trying to do in terms of using these dungeons for monetary gain. I don't know. It seems a little underhanded, something that not a decent person would really do. They wouldn't use these dungeons and put people's lives at risk to gain a profit, I don't feel. So my first impression of his father is not a great one. Now, the only thing his father has going for him is Jinho is a decent stand-up kid. So somehow that kid got raised to be a decent stand-up kid. And if it wasn't his father, maybe it was his mother. But it could have been his father. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe his father is a decent guy, and I'm just over thinking this whole business transaction that he's doing. But that's sort of my first thought, first impression of this person I haven't met yet. So we'll see. I'll leave it open for interpretation once I actually meet him in the show. But of course, Jinwoo turned down Jinho's offer at the time, but then he was talking to his sister later, asking what she would do with that kind of money, and it looked like he was thinking about it a little bit. So I don't know, maybe he's not quite made up his mind yet on whether or not he'll take Jinho up on his offer. But as of right now, he has decided to reject it. He thinks it's too risky. And he also thinks that the amount of money he'll probably be able to get with the power that he has is far more than what Jinho is offering with this building that he's going to give Jinwoo. So we'll see what comes of that. Yeah, guys, continue on the conversation in the comments section. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Did you find it really cool that Jinwoo is able to really utilize these items and talents and things that he has to defeat something that he really shouldn't have defeated, right? Because it was a red boss, which usually in MMOs and video games, and I think they even said it in the show, you shouldn't be able to beat them. They're higher level than you, and you know it has to be like a yellow or lower for you to even have a chance at defeating it. And this thing was red, so I don't know. He managed to find a way to do it, and he did so by combining and using a lot of the items and things he's received from these quests to do so. So what did you guys think of that? Did you guys think that was really fun and enjoyable to watch? Do you think he's a very creative guy? And yeah, what is your guys' first impression of Jinho's father after this episode? Now, if you've met him and you already, see what kind of person I don't know if he comes in a little bit later in the show, at this stage, just kind of hearing and watching that, what would your initial thoughts about a person like that be who's trying to profit from these dungeons, which essentially means sending people in, risking their lives to get these minerals so that you in turn can make a profit from it? That's my first thought. Do you guys agree? Really curious to hear what you think in the comments. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for this episode. It was really fun, a lot of great action, really cool to see, like I said, Jinwoo utilizing all his skills and talents and items that he's received so far to defeat that Cerberus. But yeah, and as always, guys, please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the content today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And please check out my Patreon page. A lot of great perks there. Stuff like early access. I'm about 3 to 4 weeks ahead on Patreon for all of these shows, including Solo Leveling. So I'll be, I think, like 3 episodes ahead for Solo Leveling. If you are a member of Patreon, you can watch all of those ahead of time. You also get access to the full-length reactions for these series. So the full length, it's the entire episode. You just need to sync up with a time code and watch it on a separate screen, but you can hear my reaction to the entire episode that way. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. Thanks again for watching this reaction. Look forward to the next episode, and I'll see you all in the next reaction.